Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm the author, and I'm here to talk to you about my book series, BioWar. For those of you who already know the series, allow me to explain what's going on here. You see, the first few videos were not great, so I've decided to remake them, starting with my introduction to the series. With that in mind, let's get straight into BioWar. BioWar is a series of novels spanning a massive timeline, encompassing elements of many different genres. Most notably, BioWar was birthed from horror and sci-fi, with key inspirations being Resident Evil, Zombie Army, and many war films. While I could try and pin down some exact dates for when the series starts, the planned timeline starts with the beginning of all things and ends somewhere in the region of 2500. But let's talk about that later. For now, let's dive into what makes BioWar as bio-y and war-y as it is. Starting with Book 1, we are introduced to an uncanny take on the Second World War, where an alien intelligence, known only as the Hive Mind, turns the remains of the Axis powers to its will. With unknown technologies and powers, the Hive Mind raises the dead, fills empty tanks with organs, and sends hordes of the once man-made against its creators. Humanity risks extinction, but must fight on if they are to have any hopes of surviving this onslaught. And that's not all. Book 1 covers the last year of the Second World War in this timeline, 1947, from the perspectives of 4 main protagonists. While I have made videos on these characters already, it's time to give our newcomers a little introduction. Book 1 contains 4 protagonists, almost all of which return later in the series. The first is William Rowe, commander of the once formidable 7th Royal Tank Regiment. His loyalty is only overshadowed by his dedication to bringing what's left of the 7th home alive, even if that means putting himself in harm's way. Will is physically strong, tactically minded, and will get his hands dirty if it will save lives. Our next protagonist, then, is Henry Price. Young and naive, Henry is thrust into the Royal Air Force's newly formed 1st Attack Squadron, with little more than hopes and prayers to keep him alive. Henry is nervous and careful, but cares deeply for his wingmen. Thrown against the hordes of bioweapons flooding Europe, Henry's story is one of growing confidence in the air, in his comrades, and in himself. Next is Charlie Harold's. Thrown in at the deep end, Charlie is sent to the Royal Commandos through a mix-up of papers, apparently. He serves as a marksman in one of the few remaining commando squads left alive. His war feels fairly straightforward. Right and wrong, good and bad, enemy or friend. Until he is faced by our next protagonist. Lastly, may I introduce you to Carl Bell, a character that some of you will already know. Vigilante, assassin, rogue, and devilishly pretty, Carl is the symbol of psychological warfare. He serves no one side, hunting and killing those he considers morally corrupt. By targeting the decision-makers of the world, Carl aims to make world leaders think before they act. Carl's lonely reality is shattered as one soldier puts his fear aside to save the assassin. But who is this man? Alright, you've heard plenty of me waffling on about my characters, but now it's time for the real questions. What can you expect? The series is currently being written, with several books completed and awaiting editing. Part 1 of the timeline is written, and this spans the 40-year period of 1945 to 1985. From the fires of the Second World War to the chill of the Cold War. From now until the series' release, and probably more after, you can expect continued videos from me, as we explore the timeline, influences, and themes of BioWar. There will also be an increased social media presence going forward, and hopefully more Q&As in the future too. I will eventually consider hosting live Q&A events online, allowing us to talk better about the series as a whole and what can be expected. But we'll need a fair bit more interest before that becomes feasible. So, all in all, it's safe to say that there is a fair bit coming, and I can promise you'll be in for a multimedia experience. Well, this is a very good question. What's next? Well, with BioWar growing, I'm going to be redoing some of the oldest videos we have and remaking them like this one. It's about time I give our new fans the TLC that our veterans have, and give you all a decent introduction to the series. But why stop there, eh? After all, there's an entire playlist of videos for you to explore, and even more to come.